If you click out of this video right now, I guarantee you'll miss out on the one shoe that could actually change your entire trail running life. What's up everyone, and welcome back to the BAM Kicks. The year 2026 is here and the trails are wilder and demanding than ever. But the real question is, are the shoes you're currently wearing tough enough to meet the challenge? You might think your current pair is the ultimate choice, but what if I told you that this year major brands have unleashed technology that make last year's shoes look like toys? In this video, we're diving deep into top 10 trail running shoes of 2026. This isn't just a simple list. These are the powerhouses engineered for speed, durability, and conquering the gnarliest terrain. So get ready as we start at number 10 and work our way up to reveal the absolute king of trails. Coming in at number 10, we have the Adidas Terrex Agravic Speed Ultra. We must call this shoe a pioneer. Adidas has boldly taken the highly energetic and famous Light Strike Pro foam along with a carbon plate straight from the board of road racing into the mountains. The result, an endless propulsion force for runners who crave high speeds over long distances. Seriously, this shoe is a missile, but high technology always involves a trade-off. This tall, heavily cushioned structure reduces your connection and feel for the trail. If you're running on highly technical terrain and demand quick reaction and absolute precision, this shoe might leave you second-guessing your steps. You'll be fast, but you might not know exactly where your foot has landed. This leads us to the question, can the next shoe on our list restore the agility and ground feel that the Agravic Speed Ultra sacrificed for maximum speed? Standing at number 9 on our list is a true specialist for technical terrain, the Sportiva Bushido 3. This shoe is engineered for runners who absolutely refuse to lose their feel for the ground. The Bushido 3 intensely focuses on stability and agility. The low-profile midsole and STB control technology lock your foot down like a pair of gloves on the trail. If alpine, rocky, and unpredictable paths are your priority, this shoe will give you the 100% of confidence. But as you know, specialization always comes with trade-offs. The intense focus on ground feel means you aren't getting a plush cushioning. But if you plan on running ultra-long distances or spending continuous hours in the mountains, you might find the stiffness of the Bushido 3 quickly fatigues your feet. This shoe is ideal for fast technical work, but its comfort level isn't ideal for ultra runners. So if the Bushido 3 is a phenomenal choice for precision on shorter runs, this is where we have to ask, is there a shoe that can overcome this limited cushioning issue? One that gives us supreme comfort and cushioning and also maintains the necessary stability and protection for challenging trails? And now we arrive at number 8, the shoe that is set to completely solve the low cushion challenge of the Bushido 3, the Asics Trabuco Max 4. If you're searching for ultimate comfort and plushness on long trails, Asics says look no further. This shoe is essentially a cloud beneath your feet. The Trabuco Max 4 with its massive midsole packed with new and energetic FF++ foam delivers unparalleled luxurious cushioning for ultra distances, ensuring your foot stays fresh for miles. Another key technology in this model is the guide sole, a curved rocker design that eases your forward momentum, preventing premature foot fatigue. But this large volume of foam creates one major drawback. If your trails are muddy, highly technical, or require fast changes in direction, this shoe becomes a little cumbersome due to its relatively high weight and massive structure, meaning you gain comfort for ultras but you sacrifice agility. Essentially, the Trabuco Max 4 gives us all the cushioning we needed, but in exchange for this comfort, we sacrifice the lightweight feel and speed required for challenging trails, a shoe that is both comfortable and sufficiently light and responsive. At number 7, we have a shoe that is the master of balance, the New Balance Fresh Foam X Hierro V9. If you're looking shoe that's great for both daily runs and trail adventures, the Hierro V9 is a smart pick. It utilizes New Balance's famous and updated Fresh Foam X foam. This foam gives you fantastic softness without a cumbersome feeling you get from Max models. But what truly separates this shoe from the Trabuco Max 4 is its lighter weight and more flexible feel. If your trails aren't excessively rugged or filled with sharp rocks, this shoe performs brilliantly. However, here is a crucial point. Its outsole, the Vibram Mega Grip, is highly durable, but if you venture into very muddy and swampy terrain, the log depth isn't aggressive enough, meaning the shoe is great for general trails, but it might not have much to say when it comes to extreme grip and truly harsh conditions. As a result, we found a comfortable, light, and balanced shoe, but do we need to sacrifice a little comfort and lightness to gain that superior grip for absolute toughest conditions? At number 6 stands one of the most popular and recognizable trail shoes in the world, the Nike Pegasus Trail 5. If the issue with our previous shoe was grip and mud and sleek terrain, Nike has responded with a completely redesigned outsole. This model now utilizes Nike React-X foam, giving you soft and responsive cushioning, but more importantly, we now see more aggressive and deeper locks on the outsole, which Nike calls generative traction. This means your stability on loose dirt and damp ground is significantly higher. But here lies a paradox. As the name suggests, this is fundamentally a road model invented for the trail. Although the grip is improved, Nike still hasn't incorporated a protective layer in the midsole. This means you have soft cushioning, but if your foot lands on sharp rocks, you'll feel the full impact directly. The lack of protection is considered a major drawback for ultra and highly technical trails. So we found a balanced shoe with better grip, but can we maintain this balance while also getting 100% underfoot protection from sharp rocks? Before we dive into the top 5 shoes, let me drop a quick but important note. Every single shoe we featured so far and those coming up next has a direct purchase link with incredible exclusive discount just for you down in the description of this video. So if you spot the shoe that you absolutely need, just hit the Amazon link below and grab it at a great price. This is the best deal you'll find. And now we're halfway there. At number 5, we have a model built specifically for comfort and protection on ultra trails, the Salomon Ultra Glide 3. If our challenge with Nike was the lack of underfoot protection, Salomon has solved it here. This shoe features a tall, comfortable midsole made of their energy surge foam, which is combined with a solid protective layer to absorb impact energy and shield your feet from sharp rocks. The Ultra Glide 3 is an ideal option for long distances and runners who want plush cushioning but are concerned about foot security on rock terrain. But anything built for extreme comfort usually sacrifices speed somewhere. While this shoe provides excellent protection and comfort, if you want to run at high pace in a race, you'll notice that foam's responsiveness is slightly slow and doesn't give you that sprinty feeling of speed-oriented models. Essentially, this shoe has all the necessary protection, but it might be too slow and conservative. So if the Ultra Glide 3 provides the best protection for ultras, this is where we have to ask, can we find a shoe that has great protection and also takes a step forward in speed and responsiveness, giving us a more explosive feel? We arrive at number 4. In this spot, we have a Swiss brand that specializes in outsole innovation. On Cloudultra 3, if the challenge with the previous shoe was slow responsiveness, unsolved it with its completely new midsole featuring helium foam in a cloud take phase structure. This new technology makes the cushioning softer yet more responsive, giving you the necessary explosive feeling for speed. This shoe is lighter than the Ultra Glide 3, but is still designed for long and ultra distances. But there is a specific point we must consider. On's famous cloud take system can be problematic on certain conditions. If your trails are full of small pebbles and sticky mud, these cavities act like a magnet filling up with debris, which both increases shoe's weight and reduces its grip. This shoe is excellent in speed and responsiveness, but its outsole durability and resistance on absolute toughest trails might be debatable. So we found a fast and responsive ultra shoe, but can we get the same speed and comfort in a shoe where the outsole design is 100% focused on maximum resistance and durability against impacts and abrasion? At number 3, we have a shoe from Nike that has been completely redesigned for durability and comfort on toughest ultra trails, the Nike Zegama 2. If our challenge was outsole durability, Nike stepped up with this model. The Zegama 2 utilizes the incredibly soft and energetic ZoomX foam, but the key is that they've encased this foam in a thicker, more durable layer of rubber. This rubber is specifically designed for high resistance against rocks and heavy abrasion, ensuring your outsole won't disintegrate mile after mile. But there is one detail you need to keep in mind. Nike's ZoomX cushioning, while incredibly soft and fast, is inherently less stable. If your foot demands significant lateral support and containment on steep technical trails, you might feel your foot wobble slightly on the platform. Meaning the outsole durability is great, but the lateral stability might not be as rock solid as it should be. So we found a soft, fast shoe with high outsole durability, but can we find that same comfort in a shoe where the lateral stability is absolutely guaranteed without question on sharp turns and steep descents? And now we arrive at one of the most anticipated models of the year. At number 2, the Hoka Speedgoat 6. If the previous shoe's issue was lateral stability and foot containment on technical trails, Hoka stepped up with Speedgoat 6 and solved it. Hoka has significantly redesigned the CMEVA foam midsole in this version to dramatically increase the sense of stability despite the high amount of cushioning, keeping the foot secured with a tight lockdown. This shoe features Vibram Mega Grip outsole with 5mm lugs, making its grip legendary in all conditions. But there is one point that has always been consistent in a Speedgoat line. These shoes has phenomenal cushioning and will take you endlessly far, but their high, thick midsole doesn't give you that precise, close-to-ground feel we were looking for at the start of the video. Although its lateral stability is improved, you might feel slightly disconnected from the terrain on highly technical trails that require quick, subtle maneuvers. So we found an incredibly comfortable shoe with great stability and excellent grip, but can the number 1 shoe retain all these positive features while simultaneously giving us back the agility and quick ground response? Alright guys, are you ready? because we finally arrived at the absolute monarch, the shoe that has been born to rule the rugged trails for years and has reached the peak of perfection in this version. The number 1 spot on this list goes none other than the Salomon Speedcross 6. If our challenge with the Speedgoat 6 was a lack of ground feel and agility, the Speedcross 6 takes it all back and goes one step further. This shoe is a trail legend, and in this version is lighter, more agile, and with more aggressive counter-grip mud outsole than ever before. The sole is designed like a literal claw to grab and tear through the terrain beneath your feet. What truly elevates this shoe to number 1 is its unparalleled balance. It has just enough cushioning to protect your feet on mid to long distances, and yet it is so fast and responsive that you feel directly connected to the trail. But does it truly have no weaknesses? Although this model is unrivaled on distances up to 50k, we must admit that for true 200k ultras, its cushioning eventually falls short. But guys, for conquering 99% of trails in the absolute toughest conditions, the Speedcross 6 is unbeatable. It is this perfect blend of agility, grip, and protection that allows the Salomon Speedcross 6 to proudly claim the title of the best trail running shoe of 2026 from BAMKicks. Well folks, we have an incredible journey together, and we've gotten to know the top trail running shoes of 2026. From the Speed Rockets by Adidas to Grip Specialist by Salomon, we've seen how technologies are battling it out for dominance on the rough trails. But wait a second, if you're a trail runner or plan on starting this exciting and breathtaking sport, this video was just a tip of iceberg. If you're still unsure which model is the best for a specific style, definitely check our dedicated trail running playlist. We've loaded it with different shoe types, training tips, and deeper reviews to ensure you make the most informed decision and stay injury-free out there. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what your favorite trail shoe of 2026 is. Thanks for sticking with BAMKicks until the very end of this video.